type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D.
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. It is a 4-Down Friday. It is a Bourbon Friday. Shout out Varchaz.
Shout out.
I know you guys are over there off Chicago Road bottling the stuff up as we speak, so props to you guys. Neil Rule, Sean Belesian in for D-Mac. Hi, friend.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, pal.
For the zombie movie people last night, come on, just 1 second, one quick thing.
Sure, 30 seconds, go.
I saw 28 Years Later yesterday. It was phenomenal.
I heard it's really good.
Phenomenal.
I don't think I've seen them both. I saw 28 Days, 28 Weeks, but I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah,
I'll probably go
phenomenal.
see it
That's it. I'm done.
Okay, good. Moving on, Chase in the sound booth. Chase, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Not much. My cousin's getting married tomorrow. So
Shout out.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Very cool.
I love weddings. I crush at weddings.
I'm hoping to crush.
Yeah.
It's a different thing for you, though.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Like when you're off the market, weddings are off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Don't invite me to your wedding. Like don't
Invite me to your wedding unless there's an open bar.
Doing it.
That's a prerequisite, and it's got to be the good stuff,
Good,
too.
yeah.
When you're running solo, though, it's real. Everything you heard is real.
I wish I was able to get my hair braided up before
That's
the
it.
wedding.
That's Sean is direct and to the point today. That's it.
Everything you heard, there's a reason why a certain movie came out that way.
Yes,
It's real.
it's real.
Look, if you don't get some, you hang it up.
Yeah.
There's
That's
no
on
other
you.
way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on you.
Okay, moving on. Intern Simeon, what's up?
What's going on? Happy Friday. Shout out Cuzzo.
There you go. Spencer Raxter in the building.
Hello.
How was heavyweights last
It was
night?
good.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's fun. Good show. Our Wednesday show this week was real cracked out. We had really Friday energy on a Wednesday. We got back to normalness on Thursday. Probably going to get back to Fridayness today.
On Friday?
Yeah, so that'll be
That
good.
tracks.
That tracks.
No,
Yeah.
that absolutely tracks. Jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread. I'm catching some static in my ears there, Chase. I don't know what the deal is with that. Chats talk about it as well. Thank you. There we go.
I think it's Simeon's mic.
Is it really? Okay. He's got all the juice. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there, whatever you want to talk about. As we said, it is a 4-Down Friday. We got list of topics, the usual fare as we do on Fridays, the usual bourbon, all of it as well. FJ 1967. Good morning, BDE and chat. Bring on the heat. Yes. This weekend we turn it up a notch.
Misery.
No, misery is a wind chill.
Can I tell you, this has always been a long-held theory of mine, okay? When it's really cold, I can go inside, I can grab blankie,
Yes.
I can make a fire, I can do things to avoid it. When you get days like this, when it's like 96 degrees, even if you have the Death Star firing on full cylinders, both of my air conditioning units are flying on full cylinder.
Oh, yeah.
You're still miserable. That's the difference for me. To each their own. I'm not gonna crap on you for that. Now listen, I'm not going outside on either day, but I'm talking about in the comfort of my house when it is 96 degrees, and legitimately we have two furnaces, okay? Legitimately, shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
When you get a day like that,
two furnaces.
there's
It's a
nothing.
two-furnace desk.
Yeah.
There's nothing you
furnace
can do.
desks.
There's nothing that I can personally do that makes me. I'll go in the basement. You know me. I need a sports reason to take my pants off, so I can't just take my pants off. So there's nothing I can do. At least with that day that you're talking about, Neil. Blankie, the fire, I'm okay.
My friend hit me up. He's like, "Yeah, you trying to go hit 18 this weekend?" I was like, "No,
No way.
not even a little bit."
Neil, you do that? Are you
Yes.
gonna?
100%. Saturday night, I'm out there. Saturday after the DCFC game, that I tee off at 7:05.
Oh, okay. Then
Electric.
It won't be bad then. But
electric.
No.
And then guess what?
Trying to hit an 8 a.m. round when it's supposed to be 103 out. No thanks.
Noon. The salt mines are a calling. We're going out there in the streets, Benny.
Oh.
I'll come pick you up.
Hell yeah,
For
dude.
what?
Misery.
We're gonna go put that work in. A couple miles in the hills.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thanks. No, I'm good.
Spenny, I'll come on. I'll pick you up.
Nope.
Neil, you bump that up a little bit. I'll be off work in the morning. I got time before I got to.
Let's not get crazy.
I got to work in the morning, but like, if you make it 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'll meet up with you for a run.
Now it'll be about noon, and then I got to go over to Keyworth for the DCFC game. It's a whole routine. Jump into that chat. The super chat will get you to the front of the line like nobody. Big sigh. Neil, did you catch Sam freaking out this morning? My wife almost banned Wake Up Woodward because of his freak out. Anyway, I was told OKC in 4. Spenny, we were told that.
I was told that by me.
Why did
I
Sam
said 5,
freak
but-
out this morning? Was there
Chase, were you there?
Yes,
Halliburton?
I was here actually in the same spot I am now. He doesn't hate the Pacers, but he doesn't like what's going on with Tyrese Halliburton. He's a part of the Pacers. And
The mythical proportions at Tyrese Halliburton, when we all know Pascal Siakam's their best player.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, it's fair. I mean, I'm not gonna die on the hill about
We
it.
had a very reasonable conversation with Flannel Sam this morning, where I was kind of like looking at Simeon, kind of going, Simeon, is this happening? He was very reasoned and like took emotion completely out of it and everything. And Neil, you came in at the tail end of that conversation. I like had to give the young man a pat on the back and go, well done, Flannel. So that was nice to experience something like that with Flannel today.
Steve O'Baby in the chat. Big D Energy, let's go. Freddie Felt 313. Big D on a bourbon Friday. The sun is shining. Doesn't get much better. It did start raining here a couple minutes ago, but that's spotty, I guess, out there. All right.
Yeah. I wore my suede shoes because they said it wasn't going to rain today.
I was
so-
told it wasn't going to rain today.
Yeah, it better not be raining when I'm going to the gym. Tell you that.
That's what I'm saying.
Got
Okay,
the Raging
Sean.
Bulls on. Can't have those boys getting wet.
The Tigers doubleheader yesterday went pretty much how doubleheaders go. I
Yep.
don't know if people know that or not, but this is the way doubleheaders go. They split it. I was cool with it. It laid out the way that I wanted it to go. I wanted Scooble pitching game 1 for a guaranteed win. It was that. Then game 2, you take your chances. They had a shot. Didn't work. There's 2 things I want to get to. Number 1, why am I mildly concerned about Tyler Holton when I wasn't 4 days ago?
I think because of the overall concern of the bullpen, maybe it's become contagious. Like I am overly. I mean, we have a Bo Brisky that isn't Bo Brisky, obviously, and now he's not there. We have the Will Vest situation.
He looks all right though.
The other day was, but I think maybe that's why it's creeping in. We're at the point in time right now, like I know we have our what do we call it now? It's not the nickel package.
4 down Friday.
Okay, we have our 4 down Friday, and I routinely put in 5.
I know. I like it.
Well, I'm dumb. But, I think, Neil, we've graduated to that point in time. I almost put in a question like this. Like, we're so spoiled right now, you're almost dejected when the Tigers don't finish a sweep. Like, that's the way I felt at the end of the game last night. For them to come back and tie it and then lose it the way they did, I kind of sat back and, that sucks. And it's like, it's timeout. You took 2 out of 3, man. Like, knock it off. And as you said, that's how doubleheaders normally go as well. So because of that, are we in pick territory? I think we're in pick territory a little bit. We're picking at this and we're picking at that. Spenny, are you in pick territory? I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it with everything inside of me to pick because I think the record speaks for itself. But I think, Neil, we're at that point in time, and what I mean by pick territory is we're looking ahead and we're trying to conjure up these things that could possibly go wrong instead of just sit back and going, yeah, things are cool. We're the best team in baseball.
You got to be nitpicky when they're, it's what we do.
There's nothing else to do.
Coming in here every day and going, everything is awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
I
nobody
don't
wants
think
to
we're
hear
as
that.
nitpicky with the Lions, though. I don't. Last year, people were singing the Legoland song.
That's
I
fair.
mean, people were singing the
But
Legoland.
also,
We
I
fell
have
for
people
it.
telling me
Even-
Brian Holmes should be fired because he didn't draft an edge.
We had that one Friday show, like, I don't know, like late November or December, where people were shitting on me when I literally said, I'm sorry with all these injuries. I cannot expect to go to the Super Bowl.
Sean, when Ali McNeil got hurt, I said the Lions weren't going to make the Super Bowl. I got crucified.
Killed.
When are they going to lose? Tell me when they're going to lose.
We got
probably in the
killed
playoffs.
So, I think we're more nitpicky about the Tigers than the Lions. One man's opinion.
I think it's because the Tigers, I don't want to say it still feels fake, but
it still feels kind of fake.
But you look at like Zach McKinstry, Javi Baez, all these guys that are doing the things they shouldn't be doing.
That home run Colt Keith hit.
Yeah, that was stupid.
If I was the Pirates pitcher, I would retire today.
Yeah.
Because if I throw that pitch and you swing at it and you hit a home run off it, then I'm done here.
94 at your throat and you just swing it out. Just absolute insane.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, it's with the Lions, you got first-team All-Pros. You got some of the best players in the league, arguably the best roster in the league.
And if a half of them don't get hurt, you still like your chances.
But with the Tigers, we're still throwing Sawyer Gibson-Long and Keider Montero
which is my thing with Tyler Holton, Sean.
Yeah. Yes.
It's singularly Tyler Holton. It's not Bo Brisky. Spenny and I, we love Bo Brisky.
Yeah.
We do. We want him back. We miss him.
I do miss him.
We miss Bo Brisky.
I'll tell you what, Hernandez. So you remember what you said about Hernandez when they picked him up off waivers? If Chris Fetter can make something
just
out of him,
lays his hand upon his shoulder.
I know that one inning was against the Pirates and he had a 9-2 lead or whatever it was, but he was throwing some gas.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
But and okay, and I love it, and that's fair. But the Tyler Holton's a central piece of this.
Yes.
A focus piece of this. The high leverage guy that delivered every single time last year through the stretch run and into the playoffs. Every single time.
That's why I bring up Bo Brisky. I mean, I wanted to have Bo Brisky Appreciation Day. If you remember, Neil, I wanted to have a parade for the guy down Woodward. I mean, he came out every game and got the job done. So I think maybe it's guilt by association because there are, whether we want to admit it or not, there are little things creeping in about the bullpen. Something that we thought was such a solid last year. There are some question marks. That doesn't mean doom and gloom or anything like that.
No, it's over, Sean. You're telling me it's over?
Yeah, it's over. All right.
All right.
That's
well,
it.
See you later.
Good
Have
run.
a great weekend,
Good
everyone.
Run. Spenny, I agree with you. I think because the Lions, we had a full year. Okay, the Lions caught fire at the end of 22, right? So that was kind of like the Tigers catching fire at the end of last year. But then we had a full year of 23 to kind of grasp it. So when we entered 24, they had built up a huge credit line. They did. All of a sudden, we were all going, this is real, this is the way it should be and everything. Conversely, we're still, I guess we're in the 23 Lion range with the Tigers right now because it was so late in the season that the Tigers caught fire. And listen.
When they sold, they waved the white flag, and it didn't matter.
At no point in time did I think that the Tigers were going to finish that until they finished it.
Well, Sean,
I'm telling you point blank. I'm confessing my sins right now.
And to back up Spenny's point about it, nobody had ever done what the Tigers done, and it took the Twins doing something nobody else had ever done for us to skate in there on the last weekend.
Yes.
Like it was such.
It was miraculous.
Yeah, it was. It was an absolute baseball miracle. How do I know it? Nothing like that had happened since the '60s. So that's a good catch. I think you're right.
There's a lot of validity to that. There is. There's a lot, whether we want to. And I think, I think because the Lions got so hot at the end of 22, I mean, you guys, let's remember, they were struggling. And it was a situation where there were a lot of people out there, and I confess my sin to you last year, Spenny, that wanted Aaron Glenn gone. He doesn't have a clue. He's in over his head. And all of that. Now, I confess my sin to I was one of those guys, okay? And then as we went on through 23, then all of a sudden they built that cachet. So I don't think the Tigers are at that point yet, but the way that a lot of people approach it, like Neil, I told you, like a month and a half ago, I'm done. I'm just going to enjoy this. It's happening. I'm not going to ask why. And you know what? I've enjoyed this season more than any season probably in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
And that includes
Since
years
06.
where they went to the World Series.
Yeah.
And I'll say it to my dying breath, the best Tiger team that didn't win was 2013. I didn't enjoy the season.
I didn't either.
I really didn't.
Well, Sean, it goes back to what we talked about. We got it with the Pistons this year. We got it with the Lions 2 years ago. You get one organic run. One where there's no, you're just whatever happens, happens, man. And we didn't expect this, and it's cool. The 06 Tigers. Again, last year's Pistons. 2 years ago, Lions. That's what last year was for the Tigers again. That's what it was. Now there's expectations attached to it.
Yep.
And now, given the landscape of where they are with the best record in baseball, I expect them to go to the World Series. If they don't, for real, if they don't.
Those are my expectations right now, period. And the more I look at, now, do I think, and more on this coming up later, do I think there's somebody that we should fear that I don't hear anybody talking about them? That'll come on our 4-down package. I think there's a team in the American League that maybe we should keep a closer eye on. I really, truly do. But with that being said, yes, my expectation now is the Detroit Tigers in the World Series.
All right, let's take the break real quick. I'll clean up some of this Woodward Sports chat thread. Chris in the chat, Carpenter and Howe you leave for Bregman. Who says no? Chris, the Red Sox do. Did you see the small move they made within the last week when they traded, Rafael Devers? I wouldn't be surprised if they rework Bregman's deal. They have to have him now. Have to. He's their third baseman, going forward. I would contend Bregman kind of has some leverage on them now. Because then what?
Yeah. What are you going to do now?
If he bounces, then what?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to trade.
So they're definitely not. They're not moving Bregman. So anybody who brings that stuff in here, I will immediately shut it down.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if they traded Bregman.
Immediately shut it down. Art Vandalay, hey, if I wanted to contribute to Bourbon Friday for the crew, how do I get you the secret sauce, a.k.a. a bottle of Kentucky juice? You can't mail that stuff
I don't
either.
think you can mail it.
I don't think you can in Michigan.
You could DoorDash it to the studio. I think that's a way. Or you could just bring it in.
Yeah, or the studio. Yeah, we're here in Birmingham. It's on Google Maps and everything. So
yeah, if you're not in the area, I think you can DoorDash stuff. But I don't know if you have to show them your ID or how that would work. But yeah, just bringing it in.
Yeah,
would
the
probably
studio
be the
here in
easiest way.
Birmingham, Art. That's all you got to do, man. Figure out the way. We would, it won't go to waste. So
No, sir.
It's Bourbon Friday. All right.
No, sir.
4 down Friday. When we come back, we're going to get into them, man. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready to rock this thing?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. Tell them about Les Stanford.
Let me tell you about Les Stanford. My guy Goran's hooking me up with a car. My lease is up. I'm going to get into a new one. We're looking at Equinoxes. It's not Goran Ivanisevic. But shout out my guy
Booming serve.
My guy Goran from Les Stanford.
Deliver.
Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC deals for everyone. You can see him on there right now. But like I said, just great people to deal with. I was thinking about buying my lease, right? I really like the Blazer I'm in. I asked Goran what it would cost. He gave me a number. I went and looked at the GMC Financial, what it would cost. Same exact number. So these guys aren't going to jerk you around. They are going to get you the cheapest option for your car. So if you need a new car, you're looking to buy or sell, go to Les Stanford. They're just great dudes over there, and they're not going to give you some BS. They're just going to give you the hard numbers. So Les Stanford, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. Hit them up and get a car today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
The boys Tigers of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Chair House is the largest massage chair showroom in Dearborn. They got the Pharaoh Q edition in here. It is the Rolls Royce of massage chairs. The thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. Use it every day. It's the greatest thing that has happened to Woodward Sports. They are priced for any budget. They have tons of different massage chairs for you to choose from. Scan the QR code on the screen to see their massive inventory. It's the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. Go check it out.
All right, we're off and running here on a Friday, just a couple minutes away from 4 Down Friday. Neil Rule, Sean Belesian, Chase, intern Simeon, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. We could run the world through this chat, by the way. They have solved the dilemma.
The world?
They have solved the dilemma of shipping liquor to the studio. That's handled. Freddie Felt 313. Neil, I'll bring a bottle next time I'm in town. Any requests from the crew? Whatever you drink, Freddie. Bring whatever. I'll share one with you.
Shout out
man.
Freddie.
Yeah, shout out Freddie. One of the real
100%.
ones.
100%.
Yeah, bring what
Whatever
you drink,
you
Freddie.
drink.
We'll have one together.
Yeah.
Let's do some rumple.
Now,
bits,
if
Freddie.
you're
Not
No,
Rumble
let's calm
Nobody
down.
drinks Rumble.
if you're taking
love rumble
requests, I do like a good rye. I do like a good rye, but I'll drink whatever you
Yeah,
drink.
sweeter ryes are good by me.
Yeah.
I can deal with the pepper. I don't like the oak, which is
No-
why I'm not a Scotch guy.
No aged Macallan? Yeah.
No, which peat, oak. No, I'm not. I'm not tough. As we said, I'm not tough enough, Sean. I'm too soft.
You'll graduate.
I will.
Come over. I'll get you some nice, smooth, vintage CC.
They always say that
Yeah.
about Scotch.
Smooth.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
This one's the smoothest one you'll drink. No, it
Tastes
tastes
the
tastes
same.
like the ground.
Yeah.
See, you know what? I'm not talking about Scotch.
Tastes like dirt.
Are you talking about Canadian
I'm
whiskey?
a big Canadian.
Yeah,
I'm a big Canadian.
Yeah, I'll do the Irish whiskey. I can do the Canadian whiskey. The Tennessee whiskey I like a lot. Jack Daniel's single
Tennessee
barrel,
whiskey, yeah.
very good.
I'll
But no,
just see. I'm not a liquor sipper. If I'm drinking straight
You're
liquor,
too young.
I'm doing shots.
Yeah, you're too young.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'll ever just be like, yeah, let me
you
get
will
a
in your
whiskey on
30s.
the rocks.
Yes.
You'll be stunned.
Does it just like happen?
Yeah, no,
I
it's
saw
gonna
it happen to
happen.
my brothers. I went over to my brother's house. We were hanging out, with the kids and stuff, and he's smoking the whiskey with like the stuff.
that's
you
a
put
little
up.
too. That's a bridge too far for
Yeah,
me.
I mean they're fucking rich doctors, so they got to do shit to spend money. Like, so he's bought this whole like whiskey kit, and I drank it. I was like, dude, it tastes like I smoked a cigarette and then drank some whiskey. Like, I don't. This is not enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, you enjoy this experience?
No, Spenny, it will happen to you in your 30s, probably the second half of your 30s, and it will happen in the fall to you. At some point during the fall, you'll try it.
You nailed it.
Yeah,
That's exactly what
you'll
it
be
happened
like,
for me.
man, it's kind of chilly. It feels like fall. You'll say, hey, it'll be like a regular, readily available either bourbon
Yeah.
or rye, like a Woodford or something like
I'm getting
that.
out of the beer life. The only time I drink beer is when I go to Coonan.
I don't think I'll ever be that way. He's already on the highway.
So-
You are. You're making me
but
happy.
He already started the Google
but I'm
Maps.
a big seltzer guy. Big seltzer
yeah,
guy.
which was my
See,
transgression.
you know what happens though is when you grab the occasional beer, and honestly, I say this more times than you could shake a fucking stick at. Fox 2.
Fox 2.
Man, I forgot how good beer is.
Yeah.
But then I never
Then
go
you're
back to
bloated.
it.
Yeah.
I never go back to it.
I still do, like, today, I'm going to get fucking shit-faced on beer because at Coonan Fridays. I go to Coonan.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you sent yourself getting off of it,
Yeah,
though, right?
No, I'll never get off Coonan. But
See,
I
listen,
get off at Coonan.
A lot of it has to do with
Darn.
a lot of it has to do with domesticated life. Like the scenario that Neil just played out is absolutely perfect. It's like Friday night in the fall. Maybe you make that little fire in your backyard. You drink a whiskey and it just hits.
Yeah.
And then it continues and continues. And the next summer, that becomes almost a daily occurrence. where you're back in the woods behind your house picking up every little stick you can to make a fire because you and your wife are just going to get shit.
See, I've never been a guy that just, like, goes home and like after a hard day work, crack a beer or pour a drink or have a drink or something like that. The only time I'm drinking is if I'm going to get fucking hammered.
That's your age.
Like I don't think I'll ever, because if I get off work, when I get home from the gym, when I'm winding down after I finish the prep, everything, I'm not cracking a beer, I'm smoking a joint. Like that's what I'd rather do, because that winds me down and like I don't know.
See, I can tell you what I did for you guys. I have the Stanley Cup barbecues and everything, and I still want to get you all over in the summer just because.
Yeah.
Like, just come over. We'll have a real big barbecue. Okay, I'm in the taller phase now. Like,
Tallers
no
are
joke.
good.
Like, I'm totally in the taller phase where it's like if I'm watching a game, I have to have one, and I have to have one next to me when my smoker's here, my grill's here. There's an incredible amount of heat. And to take care of that heat is my taller.
I feel obliged to have a drink when I'm grilling.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Like
you have
I
to.
feel like it's part of it, like it's a requirement.
Neil, I got so much shit back in the day. You probably remember this. One day I confess, when I'm grilling, I went through the Mike's Hard Lemonade thing.
We all did.
And so many guys were like, "Oh, dude,
You're a douche.
You're a douche.
My dad's a Big Mike's guy.
What a wussy."
Is he
And it's
really?
like,
Yeah.
the only time I want Mike, okay, is like if all you cats are coming over. My choice is a beer or a Mike's Hard Lemonade when I have 500 degrees
Around
of barbecuing heat around me.
Yeah. Hey, Sean.
I'm going to put down 5 lemonades.
Forget the Mike's Hard Lemonade. Get the Sun Cruisers. I'm telling you,
Solid.
they
That's
are
our next.
money.
Solid.
Yeah.
Woodward
Solid.
Sports Chat with
They
Ryan's
got the iced
reaction.
tea ones too.
Love it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the lemonade
Love it.
ones are good. Those hit on the golf course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
The
in.
pink
That's part of the
lemonade.
reason why I'm playing tomorrow night. So I can crack about 4 or 5 of those.
Tea's un-American.
What's that?
So tea is un-American.
Tea is un-American,
It is.
but it's also a friend that, like, I have a lot of dumb friends, right?
We all
but I've
do.
also got a lot of very smart friends, and one of my friends that is up there when I talk about levels of intelligence, I don't know if he was just high or something, but we were talking about tea, and he said something about the British inventing tea. I was like, dude,
No, not
Chinese
true.
people have been drinking tea before Christ. Like, what do you mean the British invented tea?
Hey,
I
here's
was
the
like,
thing. The Chinese pretty much
arrogance,
invented
what?
everything.
They pretty much invented everything.
They
British-
did pizza.
British arrogance. What? I find that so hard to
Yeah.
believe. That's incredible.
The Michigan of the
See,
empires.
I got to be honest with you, Spenny. No disrespect to you or anybody else. Like, my family is huge in it. They love happy dad, father, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, those aren't bad.
The happy
They
dads.
love that. Good for them. It's not for me.
Yeah.
I'll take the taller. Maybe a hard iced tea or something like that. If I'm doing something like that. Now again, when I'm grilling, like you losers all come over. I've got so much heat downstairs. That's when I want the taller. That's when I want the Mike's hard ice or something like that. But when I'm done, that's when I gravitate to. I'm not gonna lie. I'm that guy that does this. And Neil knows me.
Yeah.
He puts that whiskey down at about 10:58. Give me a couple cubes and a couple shots of whiskey. I'm cool.
That's
That's
it.
all I need. I'm cool.
Woodward Sports Chat thread. Ryan's reaction. Neil, did you like that Yellowstone? I did, Ryan, but I committed the cardinal sin. I went over to one of my buddy's house, and he had the Yellowstone Reserve. Like, I've always found that every bottle of bourbon that has handwriting on it is an elite bottle of bourbon. Like, let me see. The Varchaz Reserve. If there's handwriting on it, it's elite. That's just the way that it works. I didn't make the rules. Jacob, what about the Basil Hayden? It's okay. It's a little peppery for me, but I'll drink it, between that or nothing. I'll take that. Dante 151. I've become a huge Voodoo Ranger hard tea fan, and I'm a fan of Short's Local Light. Also, I'm going to see Gary Clark Jr. tonight, so that's going to be sweet.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out, Dante. Have a good time, man. For sure, have a good time. All right, we... Ja'Cory Cook in the chat also. A shower beer, it's different. Try it. I'm past the shower beer phase, but I had it.
Oh yeah, what do you mean? those game days?
Well, I delivered pizzas till 10 o'clock back in the early 20s.
Oh yeah.
So I had to come in
Get
hot.
your night started.
Yeah, like
the game days in East Lansing, you wake up at 6:30, eat some bacon real quick, hop in the shower, slam 2 beers,
Yeah.
go downstairs. Yeah.
Neil, you're spitting truth today. When I see John Jameson's signature on a bottle,
Show me pictures of Spider-Man.
I know. Jonah?
Jonah.
Jay Jonah?
Shout out.
When I see John Jameson's signature on a bottle of whiskey, I know it's going to be a good day.
That's it. Woodward Sports Chat thread at D's411. Back to sports. Okay, let's talk about Planet Fitness. And then the 4 Down Friday starts because of D's411 says to, all right? Well, I say to go work out at Planet Fitness because it's the best gym in the gym game. I've been a member there going on 4 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. I look at a gym right outside the door here, and I just kind of chuckle because I know they're paying about $75 a month to be a member there. And I can't understand why. Because I looked at that gym when I first got my job here, and there were a limited number of
small.
Yeah, there were
It's
a limited
really
number
small.
of treadmills and stuff
It's like
that.
an upstairs.
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
And I went to Planet Fitness instead.
The
and
one
it's the
over
best.
there is huge.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, any kind of equipment you want. I'm more cardio, specifically treadmills. But if you're
Leg day to day.
if you're a terrorist and you like those stair mills,
Oh gosh. Yeah.
some do.
I do the incline
Terrorists like the
walking.
monkey bars, Neil. Don't you remember those Al Qaeda
That
videos?
is true.
That is absolutely
That's a very
true.
good point.
You know what they have? They have the
Yeah.
stretch zone. They have the monkey bars in there too.
They do.
So whatever you want to do at Planet Fitness, if you're lifting heavy things like spinning, if you're doing cardio like me, if you're into the stretch, all of it, it's all there for you. And the best part, $24.99 a month for a black card. Hasn't changed in years, everybody. So you can spend more money and go somewhere else and have to wait for stuff, or you can go to Planet Fitness, spend less money, and have what you need. Get it rocking and rolling. Get in a clean shower, clean facility to change and go back and start your day. PlanetFitness.com, pull in the parking lot. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 29th at the Old Miami in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Ven Johnson.
Sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards' Mass, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. And he's not just a doctor for the stars. Yes, he helped DMAC's playing career, but he's also helping Maz through his bowling elbow. Make sure you hit him up at michigansportsandspine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
All right, we're off and running here. 4 Down Friday, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean. We're squad deep in here. Jay Gebb, Neil, did Scoop tell the Pirates get the F off my diamond after his first inning jam? He was leaking aura. He wasn't sharp, but
It was raining.
yeah, he even said as much. He's like, look, I'm not going to lie about it. Like, the rain had an effect and all that
2
kind of
walks
stuff.
and a hit, right? Is that
Yeah,
what it was?
2 walks. Like, it was stunning.
That's stunning. Stunning. Absolutely.
Oh, Sean,
stunning.
did you see? Obviously, this is one of our favorite pictures here on Big D Energy. We got an upgrade. We got an upgrade.
We did.
Let me
You
zoom
did?
in.
I want to see it.
Yeah, we got a
Zoom
new
in
one.
so we could do it its glory. This is from Detroit Supremacy.
Look at that.
Even better.
Just 3 of the greats sitting around talking about the art of hitting.
They're just talking about hitting.
Yeah.
The art of hitting.
Tony Gwynn and Ted Williams are like sitting by,
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
nodding their head knowingly.
Yeah.
They-
Oh, yeah.
Our
3 of
boys
the
are
greats.
growing up.
All right, you guys ready to get in the mix here? Let's get some football going on. Lions 4-4-4.
All right, the foe for foe. First question about the Detroit Lions. Aside from the South rising again, what is the biggest threat in the North?
Sean, here's the deal.
Do you know why I put this question out there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
know
want to
why
hear
you
him
did.
say it. I want to hear him say it.
No, you're not getting. No, Sean, I was thinking about this when I was walking across the street to come into the studio. I only thought about the answer to this question because I'm a guy. I don't like to see the questions. I don't. I think it's better.
I
talk
just
when
want you to
don't.
know I did that question just for you.
I know you did, but I'm not going to give you what you want.
You're
no,
my friend.
No, but it's going to be good, though. Don't you worry. It's going to be a good one. So here's the deal. I don't respect Caleb Williams. I don't.
I know.
I have it. It's well documented. Very clear. Very clear. I don't respect him. And until or unless I see something, I see data other than 12 for 14 for 68 yards and a half, even then I still don't believe in him. I'm never going to believe in him. So cross them off the list.
Spenny, those were good days when you and I would get that text where Neil would tell us he threw for 38 feet in the first. That was like 150. I'm going, come on, Neil. Come on. Yes, there he is.
Caleb Williams, 11 for 15, 49 feet of passing. No, but so cross them off the list. The Bears off the list.
All right.
Minnesota has a rookie quarterback. And I, as a blanket rule, cross off teams with rookie quarterbacks.
All right.
I just do.
I love them so much.
So by that definition alone, it has to be the Green Bay Packers.
We're winning this division by 3 games.
And if you're going to say that, Sean, if you are, then it stands to reason that if they don't, then they have problems in Green Bay. Because the Jordan Love thing, we're into it now, and he's got the contract. I always hear about it, and I never see it. I see it when they're at Dallas, but I don't see it any other time. And if it's not them, Sean, then they got problems.
I kid you not. I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. I'm not going to say his name, but shout out. You know who you are.
Shout out.
A buddy of mine in the Houghton area. And if you guys aren't familiar with this, that area of Michigan is well represented by the Green Bay Packers. It's a heck of a lot closer. And he made a point to say to me, I've heard you say this a few times about Packer Nation, and I agree with you. All of a sudden, we aren't so sure about Jordan Love. That was just yesterday.
Yes.
So, and I think that question is real.
It better be the Packers.
We all assumed, and I'm going to, Neil, I'll add the Dallas game, but what he did to us on Thanksgiving a couple of years ago scared the shit out of me. I'm
me
not
too.
going to lie. It
I was
scared
shook.
the shit out of me. And I sat back going, gosh damn it, they did it again. It started in 92. Forget about the Magic Man and all that for you kids out there, Don Mikowski. It started with Favre. It graduated to Rodgers, and gosh damn it, we're doing it again. He's just a guy. Jordan Love is just a guy. I have no problem saying that. He's just a guy.
No, and Sean, here's what it was. So he did that, and then they won at Dallas in the playoffs. And I was like, but it's Dallas. I went into shock again, and I was like, no, they did it again. But I was like, well, Neil, it's Dallas. And I got on this very microphone, on this very desk. And when they went to San Francisco, I said, all right, I never do this. Get right parlay. Niners to win, Love to throw an interception. Lock in.
It's true.
And he threw the pick in the fourth quarter. And I think at that moment, part of his soul escaped his body, and it hasn't been returned. Get right yesterday. Shout out. Yep. Yankees win 7-3. You're welcome.
Boom.
I still, if I had to pick one, I would pick the Minnesota Vikings. But I think we've gotten to that period, Neil, in this division, and now they can all get mad at me, where I think there's the Detroit Lions at 12 wins, and I think the other 3 are at a range of 7 to 9 wins. I'll still pick Minnesota as the 2, but I don't think they're anywhere near what they were last year, 14 wins. I think Minnesota 9-8. And that they're running second fiddle in the division.
And then my thing is, it better be the Packers or Green Bay. You got problems.
Yep.
Period. End of story. Second down.
Second down, second question of the Lions. Foe. So how quickly is Tyreek thrown into the fire?
Instant reaction, Sean. Emotional, not thinking about it is right away.
Yep.
But what data do we have to suggest that?
You got it. You got it. Do you know what data I have to suggest that? I don't think that this franchise likes to throw young players into the fire. That's what data I have. Now, there are always exceptions to the rule, but this is a franchise that is kind of old school in regard of, the whole Bill Parcells, I don't like rookies stuff. I think eventually, sooner rather than later, he's going to be the guy, because I think there are a couple guys that can play 3 downs. There are a couple guys that can't play 3 downs. I think eventually it'll happen, but right away, I don't think so. I really don't.
I think they're really comfortable with Levi Onwuzurike and what he's going to do. But I agree.
And he can go 3 downs
and
if he
can go
has to.
3 downs. DJ Reader can't.
Yeah.
Or they don't like him to go 3 downs. So obviously, when it comes down next year, it's going to be Aleem and Tyleek, and you're going to roll with that. But I think they're very comfortable starting with Levi Onwuzurike and DJ Reader, and then rotating.
And why would you not be?
You can rotate Tyleek at either of those spots. If you want to bring him in as the 3-tech or you want to bring him in as the nose tackle, you can rotate him there, and you also have Roy Lopez to back up DJ Reader. So I think it's going to be Levi and Tyleek sharing spots.
That'll be a fun era too, Spenny, because we're going to have to deal with like that 3 to 5 week span where people are going to call Tyleek a bust.
Yep.
I mean, that'll be. I look forward to that. That's
I always
so much
forget.
fun.
I always forget about the totality of everything. I do.
And it's going to be exactly like what the Eagles did with Jordan Davis, where they eased him into it. And obviously, they're different players, but just like with Jordan Davis when he was sitting behind Fletcher Cox and he was sitting behind all these guys, you ease him into it in the first year, and he's going to be in the rotation from spot 1, from week 1, but the starters are going to be Levi and DJ Reader.
In the Woodward Sports chat, Michael DeVries sent 5 Woodward Sports gift membership. Shout out to you, Michael.
Shout out.
Dante 151 in the super chat. Neil, the only team to threaten the Lions in the North is the Toronto Argonauts. LOL.
Shout out.
Shout out CFL.
Who said that?
I'm more of a Tiger
Dante.
Cats guy myself. You know.
Dante, you're right.
I'm
an Alouettes guy. I'm sorry.
Do you watch the CFL?
Of course I do.
Okay.
My guy Chris
Of course I
Fry.
do.
That's why I like the Tiger Cats. Chris Fry was playing for him. He won a Grey Cup with the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, I'm Toronto on the east side, and then Edmonton Elk. Even though I'm bitter about the Eskimos name
you know
change.
how I am. I'm all about the Owls, the Alouettes. Strong tradition, no doubt about that. So
I used to love watching Chris Fry play safety for Michigan State. Oh my God, he used to just demolish people.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Neil, don't you know that JJ's national championship counts for 2 years of service time in the NFL? DNCENT. I was told. All right, third down.
Third down. Third question of the Lions. Foe. 41 days until the Hall of Fame game. Can we please not overthink these dumb exhibition games? For the love of God, make it stop.
Sean, we've only just begun. Sean, what you want? I was famously told this by Mama Rule at the age of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What you want and what you get are 2 different things.
I got into it a few years ago, and I'm not going to say with who, but one of the voices of our fair teams in this town was hammering the Lions for a less than exhibition performance, and I was like dumbfounded. I said, "Are you new to this? Like, it's exhibition football, you guys." And now that we've graduated and we're one of the NFL premier teams, and I have no problem saying that, and I'll fight anybody over that. It means even less.
Yeah.
It does. And I know people want to make, tell that to the people that are fighting for a roster spot. Fuck you.
There are no,
like, honestly,
they are not fighting for roster spot.
Nobody's fighting for
a
it
roster
here.
spot. Nobody.
Like, stop it.
It's already been decided, everyone. They know.
I'm sorry. That is the worst bit in sports.
Maybe 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Right.
Not now.
No.
Stop
not even
it.
then.
There's like, they're fighting for who is going to be left on the practice squad or not.
It's fake football.
Yeah.
It is. I'm sorry. It just
They
is.
only put those guys out there because they're required to field a team. That's it.
Like Marv Levy and the Buffalo Bills routinely put nothing into those games. And I go back and look at it. They were 1-3 and 0-4 every year. Like, stop it. It means nothing. Nothing at all.
Michael DeVries. I like Saskatchewan only because I like to say Saskatchewan. That's fair. That's a valid reason
That is
for
fair.
it.
I won't argue with that at all.
What's that?
Your mic's muted.
Yeah, the capital
Regina.
Saskatchewan. Yeah, it looks like Regina, but they pronounce it Regina.
Yeah. Regina,
Fourth down,
Saskatchewan.
please hurry.
Yeah.
All right, fourth down.
Regina,
Shout out
Saskatchewan,
Reginas
capital.
everywhere. The number 2 quarterback is...
Hendon Hooker.
I don't really care.
He's 800 grand or whatever that number is.
I think they want to do it very, very badly. I don't think they will.
He's 800 grand.
I know. Wouldn't he already have grabbed it by the scruff of the neck, though? I hate to say it. I think this coaching staff's mind's made up. I do. I hate to say it.
Experience Regina, says K.19.
Spenny, what do you think?
I don't care. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't.
Well, the season's done.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
I don't know
goes down.
if that's that's my thing. I know that this was big.
Don't tell that to Tom Masway. He wants to spend $10 million on a backup every year.
About the backup. I don't give a shit about the backup quarterback. If Goff goes down, we're not gonna meet our goals of winning a Super Bowl. You're not. So I don't really care. Look at what happened. Goff went down. Teddy Bridgewater comes in. One drive. He gave the ball to J-Mo and he ran a 70-yard touchdown. Like, anybody can do that. I'm not worried. If a backup quarterback comes in this offense, they are going to turn around and hand the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs 3 times, and if they get a first down, they'll do it 3 more times. If not, they'll punt the ball. I'm not worried about the backup.
Michael in the chat. Well, I can't believe there was a segment of fans that wanted Hooker to take Goff's job. Never forget, Michael.
It was real.
Shout out Trav.
It was real. It really was. That
Shout
was
out
real.
Spenny.
Shout out Trav. When did I want that?
Did you really?
No.
Okay. Listen.
Neil
can I
said the
confess?
best thing possible was Hendon Hooker never plays a snap in the NFL, which I disagree
I thought
with.
he might graduate in 3 or 4 years. I openly admit I thought Jared Goff was a bridge. I
Yeah.
openly admit that. I have no problem saying that.
Yeah.
I've confessed my sins. The Lord has cleansed me. I thought Jared Goff was a bridge, and I thought that maybe in a few years, I thought there was much ado about his age, and I would always use Aaron Rodgers as an example. You know, when Aaron Rodgers finally took over in Green Bay, how old he was and everything. But to write checks for him being the future quarterback, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, we argued about it being a good thing if you never played a game or played a snap for the Lions, which I disagreed with. I think the best case scenario would have been he takes the job because he's so good. But no, he was never going to evolve after what we saw Goff was.
And I used to be angry about the pick.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a waste of a pick.
They had to do it.
But then I think, like, the long game, we have a backup quarterback for $800 grand.
Yeah. And
Maz would spend $10 million if he
Maz
was
would spend $10 million. Teddy Bridgewater, best backup in the league. Don't care. Didn't play a snap that year.
I'll tell you someone who's worth $10 million, Ven Johnson Law.
Facts. Yeah.
Ven Johnson's worth $10 million to you. I mean, he could be, right? Who knows?
You're damn right he is.
Who knows what the scenario could be? Ven Johnson is the fighter that you need on your side. Go to venfights.com. Ven Johnson Law. He is the fighter.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Tired of losing out on the car of your dreams? Bad credit? No credit? At the Feldman Chevrolet Freedom Sale, we say yes. Over 5,000 new Chevys to choose from, all priced to move with our best deals of the year. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $149 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for only $209 a month. When other dealers say no, Feldman Chevrolet says yes. Don't miss the Freedom Sale, going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Caesar Sportsbook, everyone, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code on the screen above my head. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. That way, when you make your first bet, if your first bet loses, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet, all the way up to $1,000. Now, if you took the get right yesterday, Yankees minus the 1.5, you don't need to worry about getting a free bet because you won the get right. 68-33, by the way. You usually do win it. So I apologize to you, Caesars, for giving that to the people. But hey, you see me working up here. Caesar Sportsbook, man. It's Caesars. One of the OGs of the betting game. The app is clean. It's easy to navigate. They have all the betting markets. All of it's really hassle-free. So again, promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. And it's Caesar Sportsbook, everyone, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, back at it. 4 Down Friday. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, Chase, intern Simeon, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there and get your thoughts out there. There was one here I had that was pretty good, but I lost it. So we move on. All right. Keeping football on my these next two are football.
Must be football.
Intern Simeon, get ready because the college football one's coming up in a couple minutes. I do the college football one for Sean Belizean.
Makes me so happy.
100% I do.
It really does.
All right, let's go to the NFL.
64 days, guys. 64 days.
Man.
We can
Remember
make
when
it.
it was 100?
We can make it. We can make it. We can do it.
Week 0, everyone. NFL.
All right,
downs.
first question of the NFL 4 Down Friday. Jair Alexander signed with the Ravens to a 1-year, $6 million deal. He turned down more money elsewhere, but he wanted to play in Baltimore. Lamar's in the pressure cooker, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He'll probably have the best Super Bowl odds.
Yeah, he is, for sure. Along the lines of no more than Josh Allen's in the pressure cooker, Jared Goff's in the pressure cooker. But I will say this, because you guys know I'm a big fan of the Spot Track people's work. And they sent out an ex-post tweet, I still call it a tweet, that said that they expect Jair Alexander to probably land somewhere for about $5 to $7 million. And they got filleted on socials. Now, a stat that they had that I didn't know, he's only played like 34 of 68 games. He never plays, ever. And they did kind of a breakdown, Sean, on Spot Track, where they talked about the why. Why with Baltimore? He turned down more money other places because they have like 7 first-round picks on their defense. They have the best safety in the game. He's not going to have to play 600 snaps. Oh, by the way, you figure that they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. He'll play well into January. And if they do win the Super Bowl, and he's a part of it, then he made himself a ton of money on the back end. It makes a lot of sense when you recreate it.
No, I think, and a lot of times you have to play the game of chess. It isn't so much about this year. And oh, by the way, if it was about this year, there are certainly a lot worse spots in Baltimore you can end up. I think it's playing chess, and it was a move. I mean, Neil, there's no other way to say that. I don't have any problem with that.
DNC-ENT, Lamar could never win a Super Bowl in Baltimore, and he'll be the best QB in that franchise's history. He's a made man. Oh, by the way, DNC-ENT, I was listening to Spot Track people. They expect at any time you're going to see a new Lamar contract. $350 for 5 years. He's going to be the first $70 million a year guy.
Can I say this with all respect to DNC-ENT?
Mm-hmm.
Are we at that point where we're putting out proclamations like that he's never going to win? Are we at that point?
If he doesn't, he's still a made
My
man.
apologies.
Yeah.
I'm not to that point yet.
But you are going to see that. You are going to see, and like, again, this is where I talk to the people and say, if you look into the contracts, it can kind of tell the future. I think he's due to be like a $77 million cap hit next year or something. Well, what can change that?
Signing bonus, new contracts.
Signing him to his new $350 million 5-year deal.
And converting $150 million of it into a signing bonus.
Why people don't understand this, like Patrick Mahomes' deal that made everybody's eyes, it looks like a deal right now.
That was like Stafford's deal with the Rams when he signed it. They converted like $150 million of it into a signing bonus, and he was only like a $4 million cap hit that first year or something like that.
Well, it's like Goff now.
Yeah.
Like, and then
they're going to do that.
They have a conversion in the books next year for when he's a $70 million guy. Like,
yeah,
that's the way it's going to work.
Nobody's going to get paid that much on the cap.
No,
that's what you do. And we saw, like, I know Easy was a little worried about like the Lions' ability to do kind of the Eagles route where it's the void years and the stuff like that, because you have to have a cash-rich owner to do something like that. And Sheila Ford Hamp, as much as we love her, is one of the most cash-poor owners in the NFL. But we saw with the Kirby Joseph contract that those are the waters that they're getting into. So Hutchins is going to be like that. J-Mo's going to be like that. They're going to restructure Goff, kick that can down the road.
They're going to scratch $750 million in checks to escrow.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yep.
Easy.
That's what they're going to have to
Yep.
do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But this
Sheila
is the
does
price.
it. She believes in the guys.
Yeah.
She's gonna fork out the cash to do it.
Yep.
If you want to be in these waters, that's what it takes. Second down.
Second down, second question of the NFL 4-Down Friday. If I were to sell somebody on why Prescott could be better than most of his previous years, I would start with the fact that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens may be the best receiver duo Prescott has had in his career. Are the Cowboys back?
Sean, I plucked that one. I like to do the headlines from training camp, and that was one of the headlines. There's another headline coming up in a minute. You tell me, Sean. We're starting it already. The best receiving core he's ever had.
I mean, it by far is.
No doubt. There's no argument about that.
So
but you know what
13
has
and 4
taken a
loading?
huge step back? One of their biggest strengths, and it's their offensive line.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Neil. This is another one of those things. I don't care what anybody says. With age comes knowledge. If you can't figure out how important the trenches are yet, you're not paying attention to the National Football League. I don't know how else to say it. We all had to confess it after the Eagles won the Super Bowl. The trenches are so important. No. I think if anything, you might see Dak Prescott become even more exposed.
I like their interior offensive line when you look at Tyler Smith, Cooper Bebe, and then they got Tyler Booker as well. Like, I was really high on Cooper Bebe last year, but their tackles are
exactly
bad.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How can they be back then? Don't you guys be doing this to me and my joy.
Sorry, pal.
You guys suck
listen,
as friends.
Neil, they're back by Dallas Cowboys standards because you and I will be texting each other when they're on some national television game in late November going, here we are. Here we are. You got the fire? You got the whiskey in front of you? It's the back bowl.
They're back.
Whoever it is, we'll
Them
have the
versus
back bowl.
The Dolphins.
Oh.
Cowboys, Dolphins.
Hold on. I'm
Wouldn't that
getting
be
the
great?
schedule right.
Pull up the Cowboys
everything's paused.
schedule.
We're going to be late for the break.
That's
I'm telling
cool.
you right now because I don't care because I want this for me. I do a lot for all of you. Do this for me right now,
The
okay?
Lions-Cowboys is a week after Thanksgiving, so it would probably be the first week of November, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Do they play the Packers?
Hold on, everybody.
What do we got?
It's a little later than we might like.
All right.
December 14th. Sunday night football, or is that Monday night football? Monday night football. Vikings at Cowboys.
Oh, there
yeah. Yeah.
The genius of KOC taking on the greatness of Dak, that is going to be outstanding.
We got to wait. Like all good things, though, Sean.
Did you see the Brian Schottenheimer link to the conflict in the Middle East?
No.
Every time he's hired, the U.S. goes to war with the Middle East. So are the Cowboys really America's team, or are they infidels? I mean,
We don't know.
Yeah.
It is Sunday night football. Sunday night
That's so
football,
good.
Sean.
That's so
it was
Vikings,
such a good
Cowboys.
tweet.
I'm going to see him running out on the field. My pants will be off. I'm calling my shot. My pants will be off.
One of these two teams' season is on the line tonight.
Here's the standings in the NFC. One of these teams will greatly improve their wild card chances.
What? Hold on. What week is that? Oh, it doesn't say what week that is.
Oh, is that glorious?
Both teams 6 and 7. Was it week 15? Both teams 6 and 7.
6-7.
I gotta tell you, I'm watching this J.J. McCarthy. Al, he's not a rookie quarterback anymore. Collinsworth's just jerking off. Oh God!
All right.
That is the greatest. I'm so looking. We might have to all get together that night. We might just have
We
to all
might
get
have
together
to.
that night.
In the hunt, says Jack Stark, says in the hunt.
With Andor.
Yeah. With Andor.
What'd you say? That's week 15? What's that?
Game of the week is that week?
What's that?
Lions, Rams.
Lions, Rams.
There you go.
Week 15.
Poor Mike's gonna have to sell that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless him.
Week 15 could be the first week of With Andor.
Oh, don't
Could
do
be.
it.
It's about that time.
So much.
It's about that time. Our Hurricane in the chat. The Amazon Prime NFL theme slaps. You know what? Low key, It does.
I agree.
The games suck, but the theme's good.
Listen, which one is bad? Let's be honest. Which one, like, really? Out of
There
all
are none.
There are no bad ones, right?
No. Fox is great.
There's-
I need the robots back, though.
You do need the robots back.
Can I tell you
I'm sick
why?
of seeing hologram Tom Brady.
Do you
Put
know
the
why,
robots back
Do you know
out
why
there.
the Fox one? When you have like non-NFL fans that constantly, like my daughter walks around the house going dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
She couldn't give two shits. So that's when you know something slaps, when you have people like that singing the
Non-fans.
songs.
In the hunt, man. God, in the
I
hunt.
love In the Hunt.
All right, next down.
All right, next down question on the 4 down.
These are all quotes from training camp. by the way.
NFL Friday. Giants minicamp takeaways. Abdul Carter has potential to be a game-wrecking star. From literally the same story, Carter has yet to put on pads in full practice as a Giant. There is no question here. I just wanted to bring that up.
Chase, the buzzing sounds back.
Is it still there again?
No, now it's gone.
I love no
it's Simeon's
question.
mic,
Yeah.
so
I'm a big fan of no question when I throw in my questions. I love no question.
That was literally the headline from the story.
Can you read the headline to me, please?
Abdul Carter has potential to be a game-wrecking star. In the same story, Carter is yet to put on pads for a full practice as a Giant. The same writer, same story.
I love slapdicks.
No question. All right, fourth down.
All right, fourth
Sean,
down.
thank you. That's what I was looking for.
4th down of the NFL, 4 down Friday. Stolen from the Vikings mailbag. Do the Vikings have a weakness outside of cornerback and JJ coming off an injury? Can you see a weakness on that team outside of
Can I tell you this, O'Neal? I don't hate them. Like, I hate the Bears.
Hate the Bears.
Like, the Vikings are just, I hate to keep doing the they're just that. I have so many secret Viking accounts that I visit on a regular basis to watch the shit that they say. I find more comedy out of it. Now, if the Vikings mix in a win against the Lions at this point in time in the season, I'm sure all my laughter becomes hatred like that. But right now, they're more funny to me. They are. They're more funny to me.
What? I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
When is your receiving core going to have a good game and a must-win? When is Justin Jefferson, the best receiver on the planet, going to have a good game when you got to have it? When is Jordan Addison going to have positive yards in a must-win game? When? Because I haven't seen it yet. In his entire career, I haven't seen it yet. If you want 4 catches for 49 yards, he's your guy. When you got to have it. When it's the playoffs against the Giants. That's what it is. So those are my questions about the Vikings. And they're true. And they're real. Go look at the numbers. Why I can't ask a question about Justin Jefferson? I can't?
You can.
Hey, sick necklace. It is cool. You know what? It's not cool. You're 5 catches for 52 yards every time it matters the most.
Big boy.
And I get to say it. What'd you do against the Lions last year? What'd you do? Anyone? Cool story, bro. Tell me more. Tell me more about the Vikings. Tell me more.
It's gonna start sooner than you know, too.
Am I in good shape? Am I?
You're in really good
Did the
shape.
off-season work show?
Yeah, I can tell you've been doing your reps. Sorry, guys, you're going to be exposed this year. I'm not. Again, I'm going to say this. I think that they'll find their way into the playoff, but they're going to be an also-ran. I will also say again, every time this comes up, I think KOC's a heck of a coach. I really do. I think KOC's a heck of a coach.
Till it's all on the line.
Because their personnel isn't as good as they think it is. Just isn't.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Jay Jadis? Sean, what's your take on Justin Jefferson?
I like Justin Jefferson a lot. I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the league.
Yep.
And I think this is
Sunday at 1.
I think this is a both thing can be true situation.
Sunday at 1 till the end of November.
He's one of the best receivers in the league that has to elevate his game in the big moment. I think both things can be true.
Sunday at 1?
Mm-hmm.
Now, make no mistake, I'm not talking about Sunday 1 o'clock Justin Jefferson. I am not.
No,
Very fine receiver.
And that's why I'm saying both things can be. I think he's one of the best gifted receivers in the league. But if you want to be talked in that hierarchy, you have to elevate in a big game. You have to take a big game over. And the fact that he hasn't, on many occasions is why people like Neil are well within their right to say what they say, and you really can't argue it. You can't. You can get mad. You can call him a meanie poo dum dum. You can,
and that's fine.
You can even attack me. You can, okay, and you have, but
and you will again.
There's no doubt in my mind you will again. You're probably I'm going to show you. But at the end of the day, until he does it, people are going to continue to say shit like that.
That baby video that you sent is one of the best texts I've ever received in my life. For real.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you. What?
All right, Spenny, you want to double up the break and then
I say we just do Feldman.
Are
Lady
we behind?
James. We're 5 minutes away from the second break. So I say we just skip the 50. I say we skip the 56 break and just do the 12:10 because it's just.
Wait a second. Time out.
Okay.
It's 12:05 and we're 5 minutes away from the second break.
Well, if we were to double up.
I love Friday.
Yeah.
Friday's such a fun day. Whiskey, yeah.
And let me tell you about Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. They got 5 different locations in Livonia, New Hudson, Lansing, and Novi, and Highland. You can get the deals you see on the screen right there from Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. Scan the QR code to see the massive inventory. It's Feldman Chevrolet.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
Oh. I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Like I said, walk-ins always welcome. You get a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all of that wrapped into one in the King's treatment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, we're back at it. Hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean in for D-Mac, Chase, intern Simeon, Spencer Raxter. Shout out heavyweights, 5 to 7 tonight on a Friday. Their vibes are even different on a Friday, so lock in. Dante in the super chat. Hey, what about the Vikings tight end position? What have you done, TJ Hawkinson? Nothing but lose, you bum. Well, they're only paying him $18 million a year to lose.
How could anybody argue with that logic? How could, like, honestly, what Holmes did, how could anybody argue with that logic? It's masterclass, Neil. It really was. It was a masterclass. And yet somehow every gosh damn April we have people taking shots at him. It is absolutely remarkable. Just mind-boggling. Look at it, by the way, Neil. You need to look at it.
I see it.
That's a great Friday meal right there.
I definitely see it. 10 meal. 10% off tonight. Sean, lock in. You locking in? You're thinking about it?
I think it might be a buddies night.
Yeah.
I do. I wasn't thinking it was a buddies night until Spenny put that up, and it's probably going to be a buddies night now.
It's powerful. Hoof-hearted. Jordan Love is Prescott North.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
I agree.
All right. No, okay. Who are you more afraid of, Dak Prescott or Jordan Love? I'm not being funny. Right now.
Dak
Who are you more afraid of?
Probably.
I would say Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
I really would.
He's done more. He had one year where he was legitimately like a top 3 MVP contender.
I would say Jordan Love, and it's more of an emotional Packers PTSD. Yeah, the helmet. Bingo. Good call, Simeon.
That's exactly what it is. We all need to get over that.
I know.
No, we like, I'm serious, and I hope you understand. We all need to get over that. We need to get over those psychological scars. He is not Brett Favre, and he is not Aaron Rodgers. We all need to tell ourselves that.
It's true.
Because I'll tell you what, their fan base is telling each other that.
Ooh, Sean in the chat, Villain Squad.
Yes.
I missed the old Monday night theme with the 2 helmets smashing into each other. You want goosebumps? Turn that on YouTube.
You guys go on YouTube, especially with the Howard Cosell voiceovers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like Falcons
Dallas
Niners.
Cowboys doomsday defense. And just the dramatic way that he said it. I probably had my first erection listening to one of those intros. Like, honestly. Dad, what's going on? Like, honestly,
speaking of erect, are you ready for the college football 4 Down Friday? This is an intern Simeon production.
Let's do it.
Is the buzz? Should we give him the stick mic so it doesn't buzz? What?
I said that, or we can turn his mic on and off. So
if it's buzzing, he's going to ask the questions. We should use the stick mic.
Yeah. Here you go, Simeon.
Oh, yeah, we're good. All right, see, intern Simeon, we pulled it off. All right.
There we go.
Just so you guys know, throughout the summer, the college football 4 Downs are strictly an intern Simeon production, and we will judge him accordingly. If they suck, let us know. If they're good, let us know. Be critical of his delivery, all of it.
Bring it.
We need to help the young man here before he goes back to Missouri to go 7-1 in football to finish 7-5, and then after that's over, go into a baseball season where they're 0-24 in the SEC because that's what they were. All right, intern Simeon. Without further ado, the college football 4 Down Friday.
Yeah, thanks for that. First down. In an interview, Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt, somehow with like year 9 of eligibility.
What?
Yeah, he said Vandy's going to run the state of Tennessee. Are you buying that?
You know what? I do like Pavia.
I love him too. I like his swagger.
I do. Shoot, Sean. The first time I ever see him play at Hawaii, like a week 0 game.
That's exactly what it was.
2 years ago, a year ago.
It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
And he was out there running for his life, spinning it.
Literally running for his life. But no. That, you know what? They were a cute story last year. They were another story. And Neil, I think you and I had this conversation very early in the year where I watched them very early in the year, and I said, this is a cute little team. Now, did I think they would eventually go play the upset that they did? No. But you're not going to sneak up on anybody.
They took
this
us
year.
to like 3 OTs.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak up on anybody this year. No.
They took Missouri to 3. Well, they were good last year.
They were
They
good.
were.
yes.
Believe it or not, they
And
were
that was
good.
the
They
second
were.
time. We played Pavia like 2 years ago when he was
Well,
at
they
New
had
Mexico
the
State.
huge
and then he
upset as well.
almost got us. Yeah.
They're not. No, they're
No,
not
but
going to
they're
sneak
not.
up on
No one's
anybody
going to
this year.
overlook them again.
Nope.
So.
All right,
And
second
they're
half.
not running Tennessee.
I like the question though.
Yeah, it was good. That's a good college football question.
Yep.
See, like, we're warming up here. We're getting ready.
64
64
days.
days. All right, second out.
Lenore Seller's father said he turned down $8 million from other schools. First off, what the hell's going on? And second off, what's the ceiling for South Carolina with Lenore with an $8 million quarterback allegedly?
Well, Sean, here's the thing. Like, for those that don't know, and we're very early onset here. We are, but we're not that far away, as Sean was saying. South Carolina is the flavor this year. They are.
I don't.
But Sean,
I know
and you
they
know
are,
they
but
are.
I don't-
Like everyone's talking about, get comfortable. Like South Carolina is going to be what? Top 20,
I
top
think
15,
so. I think so.
top 10. If you want to be cute, like they are, Sean. Who is South Carolina to be having $8 million quarterbacks? By the
So
way,
here's the biggest thing, and I understand. Let me say this by what we thought we knew about college football and what will be are two different things now, and we all have to accept it.
Right.
Who has deep pockets? South Carolina has been like the lookout for South Carolina for so many years now, even pre-Spurrier. Before Spurrier went there was a lot of talk about South Carolina. I've told you this before, and if you kids don't know him, the red-headed mullet that was there in the early 90s when they had that kid at quarterback, and he came out as a freshman, and he said, well, I ain't ever going to lose when I'm at South Carolina. And then that kid went up and backed it up like 5 straight games. It was like, oh, I'm immediately in. I like South Carolina. But if Steve Spurrier couldn't have better than modicum of success there, it's never going to happen at South Carolina. I believe they're one of those accursed places. I really, truly do. Right, I do. I firmly believe they're one of those.
Spenny.
Someone in the chat said South Carolina will be this year's Penn State. So if that,
I'll believe it when I see it. I firmly believe that they are one of those accursed places where the best you can hope for is some of the cute little seasons that Spurrier had when he was there.
Verice in the chat, and one of the top young edge rushers in the nation. And he also says Sellers was SEC Freshman of the Year. Watch out. Shout out to our audience. I will take our audience. You can put any audience at the flagship anywhere in this state of any show and line them up. College football for college football.
You guys are educated.
Our show would dominate any other show's audience.
And I absolutely appreciate
we
it.
would be minus 42 and a half.
But you're also going to have to sit back and whoever said the Penn State of the SEC, there's more validity to that than anybody wants to admit. It pinched the cheeks for a while. You guys, I thought a reinvigorated Steve Spurrier going to South Carolina and a place where his main goal at that point in time in his life was to golf every day and be the old ball coach. I was like literally like Spurrier's going to get South Carolina going. This is what they needed.
And he did do it. He did do a degree. He got him South Carolina going.
Yeah, they were South Carolina
9-3,
and that's all they're going to do. I cannot see them being a major player. I can't.
Chris, South Carolina is the Wisconsin of the SEC. No. People forget about 20 years ago, Wisconsin.
I think everybody kind of forgets how often Wisconsin found a way to win the Big Ten.
And go to the Rose Bowl.
It was easy to kick sand at Wisconsin. It was. I think, especially whether people want to admit it or not, and now I'm playing the role of Neil Rule, it was fascinating to me that in the midst of that era where Michigan could not find a way to win the Big Ten, so many people were taking shots at Wisconsin, who was doing what they couldn't do.
Wisconsin's got some substance.
Would
Penn
you call them
State.
the Minnesota?
The problem with Wisconsin was never going to win the big game on the national stage.
Yeah. Chase,
I think
that
that was never going to happen.
I think that's Sean's claim. What'd you say?
I said, would they be like the Minnesota of the SEC?
Yes.
You know what? They
Beamer.
did what they had to. The 1 year where Nebraska looked like a wagon. Do you remember under Bo Pelini? And what they put 70 on them? Mm-hmm. They beat them like 70-35 or something like that. I have more respect for Barry Alvarez than the average human being, though, and I'll tell you why. When Alvarez went there, he was the hot name. He was the assistant at Notre Dame. He was the hot name. He went to Wisconsin, and everybody and their brother said, why the hell would you go to Wisconsin? And they won multiple Big Ten championships. Again, were they a national power? No. But this was in the era where everything you wanted to achieve at the national level had to start with you winning your conference. And I would say that to Michigan fans, and they would be furious at me. And I would say, what is false about what I said? You can poke fun at Wisconsin all you want, but they're doing something that you can't do. And now Michigan fans have graduated, obviously, and success will do that. But I don't think that's a fair indictment, because Wisconsin did mix in a heck of a lot of Big Ten championships, and South Carolina hasn't won dick.
Woodward Sports chat thread, the dull spoon. Wow, for once, they're calling us smart, not yelling about how we're stupid and don't understand. No, dull spoon, that's not. Our audience is a good audience. There are segments of the audience that are stupid and don't understand.
And you can still say dumb and stupid things, too, and I'm not doing my job unless I tell you you're dumb and stupid.
Also, Noah Messi. Wow, they're talking about football without crashing out over the University of Michigan. Down number 3.
Oh, about that. Michigan adds quarterback transfer Jake Garcia. Shout out Mizzou. He was there for about 4 months.
Shout out.
He spent a semester there. Is it time to worry about what Underwood can offer in the freshman season?
I'm going to defer to Sean here, because if I say something, it doesn't matter what I say. If I say something, I'm a hater, and I'm going to get filleted. Okay, I'll say a little thing, and then lead into you, Sean.
Go ahead.
Is that eye-opening at all?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah. I like the kid. I do. I'm going to say it again. I saw him many times. He's going to be successful. I will also say I don't know how good Michigan is going to be for a good portion of this season, but the record's going to be good. There's no doubt in my mind the record's going to be good. Look at their schedule. I'm going to keep their schedule sucks. So by the end of the year, remember, people got really mad at us a couple weeks ago for that.
Yep.
I think you're going to be a double-digit win team that will get there fraudulently, but by the end of the year, you're going to be pretty dangerous, because your freshman quarterback won't be a freshman quarterback anymore after he has 10 games under his belt. How's that?
Okay. No, I mean, it's fine. You tell me about this guy. You knew him for
Jake
4
Garcia?
months. Yeah.
Oh, he's a nothing. Miami to Missouri to East Carolina to Michigan. That says all you need to know, I feel
College
like.
football, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
College
Isn't it
football.
Weird? It's weird.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Sean Waldron. Wisconsin used to be intimidating, especially at Camp Randall. Then Alabama went in there and beat them 42-10, and that was the funeral of Camp Randall and Wisconsin. To me, Sean, it was.
Have you ever been there, like when jump around happens?
No.
It's electric. I don't know. I would suggest, and you could ask Chris Chelios, one of the coolest college campuses is Madison. It's unbelievable. And I kid you not, when they start the jump around thing, that stadium feels like it's moving. It's a very disconcerting feeling. I'm not being funny. It's like, is this like what an earthquake feels like? It's really weird. You guys go look at. I used to fight this fight for many years, Neil. The slander that a lot of people around here threw at Wisconsin's name. They were doing something that a majority of schools in the Big Ten weren't doing, and that was winning the Big Ten Conference. Were they a national power? Heavens no. But Google is your friend. Go look up how often they found a way to win the Big Ten Conference.
God, I love Google as your friend. Woodward Sports chat thread, just a fan. Wow, Neil uses an MSU stand to ish on Michigan for an objective opinion. Hey, just a fan. I'll take this one, Sean.
All right.
The guy that is to my left, which I guess is to my right on the screen, is a Heisman voter. Votes for the Heisman Trophy. Has a vote. One of the singular things I'm most jealous of him about is that. And I will tell you this, as a man that has talked to him about it during the season, who is friends with him, I will ask him about that. He will not talk about it because he's directed to not talk about it.
I don't want to lose it.
He takes that as serious as anyone in this market, by the way, literally anyone in this market, and maybe as serious as anyone in the country that votes for the Heisman. So stop. I won't hear that shit. I will not hear that shit about the man. I won't hear it because you probably like the media slap and everything like that. The Dayton Daily News, a newspaper in Dayton, has 4 Heisman voters. 4. This guy takes it serious, and that's why I have all the. This guy's watching the game at 11 o'clock at night. I joke about the text and stuff like that, but there's a reason he's doing that.
It's real.
He owes it to the game. He owes it to the vote. And I've never said this like publicly. I've never even said it to you. That's why I have a lot of respect for people like you that take this shit serious. It is the most coveted individual award in sports. I believe that.
I 100%
Pro or
agree.
college.
There's nothing better. You're talking about an individual award. There's nothing better than the Heisman Trophy. Nothing.
That's it. So, like,
you have a job to do.
And look, we can ha-ha and he it and stuff like that, but when it comes to college football, and we're talking straight college football, I'll take this guy on my side. Get whoever you want here.
Thank you.
All right, next down.
4th down. Here we go, Neil. You ready?
I
You
love
ready?
this.
Yeah, you ready for this one?
Spenny, get ready.
Yeah, him too. Better November record this year, Michigan State or Missouri? You want the games?
I do want
Michigan
the games.
State is at Minnesota, Penn State at home, at Iowa, Maryland at home. Missouri is home against A&M, home against Mississippi State, at Oklahoma, at Arkansas.
Michigan State, because they win 2 games.
I think they're both I was gonna say I think they're both screaming at 2-2.
Yeah.
I think that. Can you repeat? One more
Yeah,
time?
A&M at home, Mississippi State at home,
Maybe win.
at Oklahoma, at Arkansas. We don't lose to Arkansas. We don't.
Could they beat Oklahoma?
No.
I think Oklahoma's shit. Venables is going to lose his job.
Their defense is so good, though. I think their defense, Oklahoma's defense alone, will win that game.
Oklahoma
They're
doesn't
both
turn
going
the ball
2-2.
over. They're not as bad.
They're both going 2-2. Neil, Mr. Rule.
My default answer to this question is Michigan State because, as we know, Missouri never wins in November because they're 7-1 going into November, and they're ranked number 12 in the nation, and then they're on some bowl that starts at 11 a.m.
Gasparilla.
Spenny,
Does it start at 11 a.m.?
Spenny, I hope you've
Probably.
come to the realization we're going to have to pray for 6-6. We're going to have to pray for 6-6. I'm sorry. That's where it's at.
It's going to happen. I believe it.
Dante
I'm
151.
positive Spenny recently, Sean. I'm believing it. We're going 7. We got 7.
Dante 151. MSU 3-1. At Minnesota, at Iowa, home against Penn State. Come on. No chance.
We can win at Iowa.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried.
We're due for the Ference, though.
Yeah.
I need to bring that up again. We haven't had the Ference in a while.
We should have won at Iowa, 2 years ago? Cooper DeJean
But that's how it always works
had
at
a
Iowa.
walk-off
Spenny.
touchdown. Yeah.
You can never say we should have
But
won
they
at
don't
Iowa.
have Cooper DeJean.
Punt return.
Literally, the only reason Iowa won that game was because Cooper DeJean had a punt return touchdown.
Right. But this is how it goes all the time at Iowa for everyone.
But they don't have that guy.
You can't say we should have won at Iowa. No, you shouldn't have.
It has
'Cause
been
no one does.
It has been a quarter century of Ference doing Ference things.
Yeah.
It really has been.
Spenny, can we say this? At Minnesota, at Iowa, best case scenario is 1-1. You're losing one of those games. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
You got the carnival barker up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
All
Come
he
on,
needs-
come on.
Yeah, get the monkey with the coffee cup.
Yeah.
I-
Come see the amazing Golden Gophers. Yeah.
And they're not beating Penn State.
No, they're not beating
You'll
Penn
get
State.
murdered by
We
them.
always played Penn State tough, though. I don't know
Except
if we'll
for
get
last
murdered.
year.
Yeah. Well, that team was...
I still can't believe. I got to know PJ a little bit. I still can't believe PJ went to Minnesota. I can't. I'm sorry. You're never going to win there.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
But Sean,
You are never going to win there.
6 years guaranteed.
I know.
When you put a piece of paper in front of you that says if you sign this paper, you get $24 million no matter what happens. And oh, by the way, if it goes well, you'll get another piece of paper that says you get $50 million.
He was, you know, the what people don't like to, and I had this conversation with a fella named Gary Pinkel, okay? And guys don't, if you had to go through bringing a program back from the dead, you don't, if you're going to move someplace, you don't want to move to a place where you, in essence, have to bring them back from the dead. So when Coach Pinkel told me that he was leaving for Missouri, my jaw dropped, okay? Now, I know that was before you were born, but Missouri was dead, okay? And the same thing
and
happened.
And they still are in November.
When PJ, like, because PJ was like the hot name.
Oh, yeah.
And the roll the boat and the tug at the heartstrings story, which is real, and I wouldn't wish that tragedy on anybody. I hope nobody thinks that I'm making light of that. PJ could have gone to a lot of different places. If you remember why he chose Minnesota, I never asked, but why he chose Minnesota, I'm still kind of perplexed at. Because what you've seen out of him at Minnesota, that's it. That's the ceiling.
He's done the best he can.
That
right?
really, that's it. That's like you were just talking about, Neil. Like South Carolina all those years, South Carolina good. He's Minnesota good right now. That's it. You might go 8-5. Maybe you go 9-4.
Maybe your bowl game will start at 2 instead of 11 a.m.
Right, some shit like that.
That's a great barometer. I just made that up like a little bit ago.
That's a great one. But you that's it. That's all you're going to do. There is no other ceiling for PJ Fleck and the Golden Gophers. There
Spenny,
isn't.
whose bowl will start later? Michigan State's or Missouri's?
I'm going to say Michigan State, and I'll tell you why. Because I think they're going to be in one of the just after Christmas bowls. So I can see the 2 o'clock start.
Well, the day
Whereas
after,
Missouri's buried. Missouri's buried at 11.
Sean, the day after Christmas is a 3-hour penalty. Okay, if your bowl game bowl game is the day after Christmas at 2 p.m., it's really 11 a.m.
Okay,
is that fair?
I'm all right. Secret. No, I'll let you guys. I told my daughter plan on going to New York. I have a feeling they're going to be in the
Pinstripe Bowl.
Yeah.
When I was watching the Yankees game for the Get Right yesterday, because I sweat with you guys. When I give you a pick, I don't just give you a pick and walk in the studio and I'll say, hey, how'd it do? No, I watch and I sweat. Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl right there behind the plate, Yankee Stadium.
Okay, now hold on.
Spenny, you going?
I might.
Spenny, what are the chances?
My brother lives in New York. I'd have a free place to stay.
Are we going?
I'd be down.
Spenny, what are the chances that you make the trek with my daughter and I to the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
I would go to Duke's. I would do that.
Jonathan Smith with a Mayo bath.
Oh, God.
No, because they would never win.
Yeah, they would.
Yes.
They'd be
We're
playing
beating
like
NC State.
They'd play like Duke or something like that. And
you ain't beating Duke.
Duke in the Duke's Mayo Bowl with the 2 cornerbacks and linebacker that Duke has that are going to get drafted all not playing.
I'll go Michigan State. Missouri is, as sure as I'm sitting here, that's an 11. That's an 11 o'clock kickoff. Missouri's an 11 o'clock kickoff. It just is.
All right, tell about Mad Packs.
Mad Packs. Go check out the Mad Pack Minute on my
Presuming
Instagram.
he wants you to stay there, Spenny.
Right now, make sure you tap in with Mad Packs. They are in stores everywhere. Go to Get Mad Packs to find out where you can find them in a location near you today. They've got the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas. That's got the keef on the outside. So good. They've got the high-low infused pre-rolls, Blizzard Packs, THCA Moon Rocks, and of course, just the regular weed if that's all you want, but it's still great stuff. I had their lemon pound cake. It is delicious. Make sure you check them out at a retailer near you. It's Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
I hate to go back to that era of Michigan.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Neil Rule here for Buddies. Like, look, they gave me
at it.
They gave me a great script to talk about. They did, and the people at Buddies are awesome. They treat us great. We're so happy they're involved here with Woodward Sports, and we celebrate them, right? Because who doesn't? The bottom line is this: Sean saw that picture. Tonight for dinner, he's going home, logging on to buddiespizza.com, using the promo code 10meal, and saving 10%. Tell me I'm a liar.
No, I texted the family and said, guess what we're having for dinner?
They're going to have.
Do you think anybody complained?
No.
No, Dad, I'm not in the mood for Buddies.
Yeah, no, Dad, I don't want the original Detroit-style pizza
Said
since
no
1946. I don't want pizza from the people that literally invented Detroit-style pizza. No Belizean in the Belizean household said
way.
that. They're having Buddies tonight. You can too. Promo code 10meal, buddiespizza.com. There's over 20 Buddies.
And before you get Buddies, to make it even better, you can indulge in some products from Loom Cannabis.
Yeah.
Does the Belizean family say no?
Yeah, who's gonna
Listen,
say
I'm getting
no?
stoned tonight, kids.
You can have those buzzing drinks. They're delicious. Perfect for the beach, the golf course. Perfect for a bonfire. 7.5 milligrams in a can. Also, Loom has a ton of products. The highest quality rosin, the highest quality flour. Anything that you would like, go shop it at Loom.com. Scan the QR code to see their massive inventory. And make sure you use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your order. 30% off. So if you get three buzzing drinks, basically one of them's free. Loom Cannabis, WSN30.
All right, back at it.
So listen, when I get the munchies, I get Buddies.
You get Buddies.
There you
it's
go.
A match made in heaven.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Neil Rule, Sean Belizean back with it. We're squad deep in here. I just saw on the bottom line of the four-letter network on the ticker. So Sam Bennett was at Club 11 in Miami last night.
I'm not fucking leaving.
And told the people, I'm not leaving via free agency.
Yeah.
At Club 11, I'm guessing like Club 11 doesn't even open till like midnight.
Hey, drink that in, Canadians. That's hockey. That's what hockey is now, you sons of bitches. It's parties in Miami. It's doing coke off Lord Stanley.
It's no
Florida
state
is
income
a
tax.
hockey state.
It's no state
No
income
state
tax.
income tax.
Listen, I had a ball at Elbow Room when I was 22. I can't imagine what those guys are doing right now.
Man.
I can't even, honestly, I can't even imagine. You're walking around with the Stanley Cup. Are you kidding me? That's really cute that Sam Bennett said that. It is. It's adorable. And I'm not going to say that he's wrong.
I think he's gonna stay. I think they're gonna shell for him.
But
can I step in here with
Go
this
ahead,
one, Sean?
go ahead.
Spot Track Podcast, they talked about it. He projects for an 8x8.
Yeah, that's.
And he's never made more than $4 million in his career.
Absolutely, he's going to get 8, and I think Florida will give him 8. I think he's the one they keep. Ekblad and Marchand are gone, but I think they keep Bennett, and then I think they bring Malkin in.
I'm not saying it isn't possible. Zito would have to get creative, but I think you're going to see some weird contracts in the next couple of years. I really do. Especially with the money escalating the way it is, I think you're going to see some weird contracts.
Spenny.
Connor McDavid's going to make $20 million.
He's going to get 20, yeah.
Lane Hudson will get a $12 million contract.
Yeah.
Sooner rather than later, it's happening.
Quinn Hughes will get 18 when he
it's
signs.
happening.
Yeah.
So Florida has 19 million in space, but they have 16 players on the roster. What do they need? 21, 22?
21.
You guys, I think it's a very adorable thing to say. I think it's a very premature thing to say. He is going to have to
Notice
take,
his agent didn't say that.
I hate this term. You guys, I hate it with everything inside of me. Hometown
Town
discount.
discount.
He would have to give
He doesn't have a choice.
He would have to give, like Nick Lidstrom level.
Because he could get 9 on the open market, probably. Yeah. And so I could see him taking 7.5 to stay in Florida.
Like what Nick Lidstrom did his last few years here, I don't think enough is said about it.
Yeah.
He could have, because people forget, he was still a Norris Trophy guy late in his career.
Yeah.
He could have gone and set the defenseman market if he wanted to, and he didn't. That's a true hometown discount. Sam Bennett, if he signs with somebody else, and I think, Spenny, you and I were talking about this. If he came to Detroit, I guarantee you people that just look at numbers will kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Kill him. Because he is going to put up 55 points.
Yeah.
And it is going to be the grittiest gosh damn 55 points. Do everything all over the ice and wait till playoff time because that guy will go to war with you.
I
type of situation.
would no doubt in my fucking mind overpay for Sam Bennett, and I would defend him tooth and nail for all the casuals. He's only got 12 goals. Blah, blah, blah,
I can't believe he has 55
You'd be arguing with the
points.
morning show, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is an elite 4-message stretch right here in our chat thread, by the way. The Dull Spoon. USA, USA, USA. 32 years of hockey dominance.
Goddamn right.
IT Hips. This is all in a row. IT Hips. I would stay too. South Florida is a great place to live if you're wealthy, no doubt. And Nitty Gritty. They can buy a lot of Coke with all that money they're saving, not paying state taxes.
For sure.
That is great.
And if they're, Sean, I hate the hometown discount too, but if there is one sport where people will actually do it, it's hockey.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But it's still few and far between. The amount of times it's thrown out there and the amount of times it actually happens are two entirely different numbers.
The Dull Spoon's on a heater right now.
Mom's got some cans over there.
The Dull Spoon, he's on a heater. USA saying this. Look at me, Canada. This is my sport now.
Thanks.
It is our sport. We have
32 years. 32 years since you guys have had the Stanley Cup in your country.
How y'all feeling about that free health care now?
Yeah.
Wait till Connor McDavid leaves.
Yeah.
June 9th, 1993.
God, if Connor McDavid goes to LA or something like that, it just...
How about this? I heard this yesterday.
Anaheim.
Sean, you're going to love this.
All right.
What was the date on that Stanley Cup?
June 9th, 1993.
You know what's happened more recently than that? An American team has won the CFL Grey Cup.
Baltimore. Is it 95?
Yes.
Dude, that's,
you sicko.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Suck on that, Canada.
Eat shit,
And I
Canada.
like Canada. I won't go that far.
I don't got no problem with Canada, but
I
I
don't-
do like talking shit about it's hockey. That's what that's what we fucking do. We know we're worse. We know you guys have all the good players. We know that that's true, but fuck you. It's America, baby. We own Stanley.
Nitty Gritty. Neil, if you had a bottle of bourbon from when Canada last won the cup, it'd be worth a good chunk of change. If I would have bought into any index fund in 1993, it'd be worth a good chunk of change.
With Stanley being in Canada.
No, you've never known it.
Never known it.
You guys should have seen the riot that night. That's all I'll say.
Oh, I bet.
Let's do the sports media nickel,
I
or 4 down. Let's do it.
Sports media.
Because there's a Sean hockey thing in there.
Oh, there is.
Yes, I do it for you.
Sports media, 4 down. The first question of the foul for foul. The Lakers sold for $10 billion. The NBA's new 11-year, $77 billion media rights deal kicks in next year. Starting next year, each NBA team will get about $140 million each from this deal. That number is expected to be about $290 million a year for each team by the end of this deal. Just like the NHL, right, Sean?
I'm sorry. What do you want me to say?
Can you imagine the Carolina Hurricane with $290 million?
Sean, I'm sorry I did that. It
told-
sounded so good in my head.
No, it's fine. I told you, yeah, I'm different. I know what the NHL is, and I accept it. Fine.
Absolutely.
But I can't help but bring up, Neil, a particular NHL owner that I know once said to me, I don't mind losing money. I don't want to bleed money. Think about that. I don't mind losing money. I kind of accept the fact that I'm going to lose some money. I don't want to bleed money.
There's something in that bag.
Is there something magical in that bag?
I don't know what it is.
Could be
I don't
Buddy's
know who
Pizza.
it's for, but
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful?
that looks like a bag of pizza if I've ever seen it.
So yeah, it's a different economic structure. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
Yeah, I know.
Spenny, was I a dick for doing that to
A
Sean?
little bit, but Sean knows.
No,
And
but I
think-
know. The difference is if I didn't know.
Yeah,
That is true.
You guys know I love hockey. I love the NHL. But I know too that they're fighting for 4th place, and I'm fine with it. The only thing I can't accept about it is their marketing is so piss poor. Like, they have to market these guys better.
It's a lot better than it was pre-cost certainty era.
Yeah.
I don't think you see guys in the black like back then, but yeah, you're not printing money like the
Like
NBA.
their playoff commercials are so sweet. Sean, you should go out there and be like, "Oh, it's mine." And just take it. She's looking for somebody.
Yeah, just like flag her down through the window. Just tap on the glass.
She's
It's
looking
a
for
pizza
somebody,
delivery.
She's looking for somebody to give that pizza to. It looks like she doesn't know who it is. So
Yeah.
I think we could.
I dare you,
I'll
Sean.
take it off her hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
got the
It's
money.
big,
I'll buy
too.
it.
There's a
from
lot
her.
of pizzas in there.
There's a lot of
I'll buy it
people.
from
It
her.
looks like it's got some heft to it for sure. But yeah, I know what the NHL is, but there's no reason why a casual fan shouldn't be able to identify Connor McDavid if he was walking down the street. Like, he is the most polarizing superstar.
They don't even know he's in our studio.
Yeah, it's
He's
true.
right here.
I'm going to say this. There is no, and I've said this forever, hockey fans are more passionate than other fans.
Yes.
Period. I will argue that till the day I die because we have sand kicked in our face constantly. We have to make a concerted effort to find our games more often than not. But at the same time, we're also more cognizant of our past and maybe wrap our arms around our past than other fan bases do. And that's one thing that I think bodes well for the league.
Yeah, that's true.
DNCNT, you can't market them when they're the most covered athletes. You never know who is on the ice outside of OV or McJesus.
I'd say the NFL is way more covered than. I mean, they don't have a problem with marketing.
Well, they're on your fantasy team, though, so like
True.
that's different. All right, second down.
Second down, second question of the sports business 4 down. The Tampa Bay Rays are going to be sold for $1.7 billion. And they start play in a spring training stadium and don't have a deal in place for a new stadium. Is this out of control?
Sean, have we crossed the bridge or no?
Jump the shark.
Do you know what it is? It's MLB's version of the Coyotes.
Yeah.
Like at some point in time, you have to
But they're going
say,
for $2 billion.
It didn't work, and then they go, oh yeah. Well, take a look at what they're doing right now and tell me it didn't work.
Put them in fucking Nashville or something.
It's insane.
Dude, a baseball team in Nashville
It would be insane.
would literally be the Eastern Time Zone Vegas.
Yeah.
It would be incredible.
They would go so. It would
I
be
would
insane.
love. I'm telling you,
People they'd sell out every night.
Yeah.
Even it would literally be Vegas because they would sell out without
Tourists.
local people.
Yeah.
I think the Great Northwest could get another team, whether it be Portland or hear me out, Vancouver. I think it would be huge.
Get
Absolutely
Nucky in the
huge. I really do. I think it would be huge.
I mean, it's insane though that a team that plays in a spring training stadium with no plans in place to build a new stadium. Now the guys from Jacksonville or whatever that's going to buy it, so they're going to figure something out.
Yeah.
But think about that, almost $2 billion
Have
for
you
the
been to
Rays.
Tropicana Field? I mean, that place was a dump before the storm.
It's a
hit.
garage,
It is. It's awful.
and it's more of a dump now.
terrible.
There's no roof. All right, third down.
They don't care down in Tampa.
No.
It's just no other way to say it.
Third down,
This
third
is good.
question.
This is a good one, Sean, for
right.
dorks.
Third question of the sports business faux for faux. The English Premier League is going to introduce flex scheduling like the NFL next season. The EPL season will end May 24th and will give players less than 3 weeks before the start of the 2026 World Cup here in North America. Do you guys think the EPL is going into the first year of their new 4-year, $9 billion TV deal has anything to do with this?
No chance.
No, absolutely not.
This is it, everybody.
100%.
You notice a theme here? We are beholden to the television networks. We just are.
Yep.
All that old school talk, you could talk about merch and concession sales and ticket sales and all that stuff. Dude, it is a drop of water in an ocean compared to the TV money.
I still cannot believe that there are people. I saw a tweet. I'm not going to. But somebody had a tweet yesterday where they were talking about how, if you treat fans better, they'll show up and they'll make more money. Didn't COVID show it to everybody?
You don't need fans.
The National Football League does not need you.
They'll take your money.
I know there's a sense of entitlement from everybody. I know I shouldn't say that. COVID proved to everybody the National Football League does not need you. They'll take extra money. Neil, you nailed it.
Milks are out
They'll
today.
take extra money. They don't need it, though. They can make a profit without any fans in their stadiums. Period.
It's true.
Sean, I didn't even think about it that way.
COVID.
COVID showed you.
That was it.
It does not matter.
That means nothing.
And look,
means nothing.
they're going to start flex scheduling for the EPL because the TV networks are saying, hey, we're giving you $9 billion. You will do what we say. You will do what we say. So here you go. So Liverpool, Man City, that's getting flexed to the last week. You know what I'm saying? Like they will.
No doubt about it.
$1,000,000%,
No
man.
doubt about it.
It's absolutely insane. All right, 4th down.
All right, next down the final down of the Faux Sports Business Faux Down Foes. Speaking of the EPL, Manchester United finished their 15th year in the
they finished 15th.
They finished 15th in the EPL last year. Their worst finish in the club's storied history. What are their plans to improve next year? They will start with a near 50% ticket price increase after their worst year in franchise history.
Who says no?
They're going to go.
If you
Soccer fans are the only ones that can rival hockey fans. Like, those soccer fans are fucking sick.
But guess what? If you want to go when they play Liverpool, you're paying it. And you do. Your Instagram account demands it. You will pay it. Sean.
My cousin went to a Manchester United game a couple years ago.
Yeah? They
over
probably
his
lost. Sean, I know it's like a talking point that I say all the time, but I do want to double down on this here. All right? You are powerless to stop it.
No.
You are powerless to stop it.
100%.
And one step further, you're going to pay for it.
Yep.
And maybe you won't, but you will.
Next in line will. I remember when I was a kid, Neil, you'll remember this, that the Red Wings fired Jacques Demers, admitted that the era failed. At the time, there were 21 teams in the league, Spencer, and they were one of 6 not to make the playoff.
Yeah.
And they upped the season tickets for the next year. And at one point in time, you could sit in the 200 section at Joe Louis for $9 a game. It was fantastic. It was glorious. And people lost their mind. People lost their mind. Wait a second. We were one of 5 teams to miss the playoffs. And you're raising your prices? I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And then you couldn't get any for the next 2 decades. That's the way it works, man.
We can talk tough. And Spenny, you know, I love this because I can always circle back to the same thing. We can talk tough all we want. We can complain about the streaming. We can complain about all these different subscriptions, the buffering, all of it. We are addicted. We're addicted, and we're not going to rehab, everybody. We're just going to do whatever it takes to keep
Amy Winehouse.
Yep. Amy Winehouse, stand up.
No.
We're just going to keep showing up with the money in hand somehow.
I'm not buying that damn Apple TV. Yes, you are.
That's the only one I haven't gotten yet.
But you will.
When the Lions game's on.
If there's a Lions game on there,
yes,
for sure.
that's exactly it. You know what? Huge fan of wrestling when I was a kid. Huge fan of wrestling. The $1 Million Man. Everybody's got a price. Everybody,
including you.
It might not be for the Tigers. You might be able to say on a Friday night, Spenny, I'm going out. You know what? I'm going out. Easy and I are going after the game, okay? But you're sitting there on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And the only place you can watch the Lions is on Apple TV. Where do I sign up?
Oh, I'm watching it for
we
sure.
We all have our breaking point. We all have our price.
You can always go to the bar and watch it for free.
That costs you more than just buying the Peacock subscription.
Not
for real.
necessarily.
Yes, it does. You go to the bar. You're going to have drinks, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're gonna eat?
If you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, yeah, I can see if you go to a chain. But if you have like a dive, like a spot that you go to, like how Spenny has Coonan, like you can
He's still going to spend
They're not
more.
getting Apple TV and Coonan. I'll tell you, they got 2 TVs, and I don't even know if they get cable there.
Right. But you see what I'm saying, though? Spenny, you're like me.
Yeah.
If you go to the bar to watch a game.
Couple drinks, some food,
couple more
shots,
drinks.
Yeah.
What are we
Then
talking?
you're looking at $80 bar tab.
I could buy Peacock for the year.
Yeah, and then you got to tip, $20. And, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
We were at second best for nearly every home game, and then at Stick's place as well, out at Hayes. And I hardly ever spend $1, even with like the.
Well,
free-
when we're working at our owner's bar, it's a
Yeah,
little
I mean
different,
that's a little different, you know.
Didn't
I
spend any
miss
money.
those wings at Second Best.
They're so good.
Very soon. I'm gonna get
White
those.
Claw Tigers tour. Last stop is the Second Best. Come out and join
When
us.
is it? What date?
July 11th. Neil, why don't you tell everybody about the White Claw Tigers
Brought
tour?
to you by White Claw. As a matter of fact, we're almost home free. The Old Miami Bar, Sunday Night Baseball. Sean can't go.
Yeah.
Can't go. I'm sorry.
Sure he can't.
Sean won't be there.
I'm sorry.
I may be there. Spenny will be
I
there.
can't. I'm sorry.
I'll be there at Sunday Night Baseball because I'm a real Tigers fan. I don't just talk about it. I don't just talk about it on a TV screen. I was there.
Yep.
I wasn't sitting here hoping I was right, thinking about it. I was there drinking the White Claws, doing all of it.
True.
No, but we will be there. Old Miami Bar, the White Claw Tiger Store. It's brought to you by Ben Johnson and White Claw. Grab life by the claw. It's White Claw.
I am going to.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Oh, I'm gonna be hammered. I'm gonna be hammered.
Why do we fight?
I can't wait.
We fight to protect the innocent,
can't wait.
to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Cannabis has an awesome selection for you to choose from. Top shelf quality, unmatched variety, and it's priced for the people. You can go to shopjars.com to see their whole inventory, or at jars_life on all social media platforms. If you think cannabis, you should think Jars Cannabis.
All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, Chase, intern Simeon, Spencer Raxter, Michael DeVries in the super chat. Neil, Sean, Spenny, you guys are all rocking it today, 100.
Shout out.
Michael, I'll say this. There is not a better show than a Friday, 4-Down Friday bourbon. There's not a better show in Detroit or Michigan. I'll stand on that. And if someone out there disagrees, come in and turn the cameras on and let's go. Come up here. You got a spot? Let's go. Jace in the chat. Soccer fans, especially Manchester United fans, will pay the price. It doesn't matter. It's not a sport. It's religion. That's it. 1,000,000%. You want to rock the summer one real quick?
Yeah, we can knock
before
that
we
out.
ride out. Sean, we didn't get to the Tigers one. I had you work for
That's
nothing.
okay. That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, at least we got 3 minutes to do one of the two that we still have to do left. That's a pretty good time for us. First question of the summer 4 for 4. You got a day, you're going out, you spend it on the boat or on the beach?
Boat. All day. No problem. There are way too many things I can do.
I don't want
on
to
the boat.
deal with your stupid piss-smelling
Yeah.
kids. Put me on a
Sorry.
boat.
Yeah, I'm on the boat too, but I'm not buying. I get off the highway at buying a boat. I'll rent a boat.
Yeah, I'll find a boat.
Yeah, I've rented boats before.
I will sit in the shade. You guys can swim off the back. Let me fish.
Oh,
Stay
yeah.
away from my side of the boat. I'll stay away from your side of the boat.
I love
And
boat.
I'll drink like it's my job.
I need a boat friend. Justin could be my boat friend.
He well, isn't the vote like up in Charlevoix or some
yeah,
shit
something
like that?
crazy.
But yeah, no,
I need a friend with a boat. That's not the type of white I am. I'm poor white, so I don't have.
So you don't have boat
I don't have
friends.
boat friends. I just started golfing like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You're way behind the curve
Yeah.
as far as like upper middle class white people
Yeah,
go. You gotta
yeah.
pick up tennis.
Yeah, I played tennis for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
We got to play, Spenny.
I was not good. I locked in a little bit. I started getting some serves in there. It was pretty money, but every time I went to return it, it was just,
You just hit it out
Yeah,
of the courts.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, second question of.
Hold on, Chase. What'd you say?
I say get your generational wealth up. In other words, Spenny.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what Neil's saying.
What the fuck, Dad? All right, next question of.
Are you mad? Are you mad at me, or are you mad because I'm right?
That's true. You
All
are
right,
right.
thank you. Let's
Second question of the summer faux for faux. Your thoughts on fireworks? Fireworks.
Hate them.
I hate them too, and especially my dog hates them.
I don't care because of your animal. I just hate them because of me.
My dog gets. I've had a lot of dogs. None of them have ever been bad as my dog Holly is. She will jump up in your lap shaking, and she's a 90-pound dog. She's really scary.
I've graduated to hate. I used to be the guy. At our old house, we had a really big backyard. I had a bunch of nieces and nephews. I used to be that guy that would go to Phantom and spend way too much money to have my own little city fireworks display in the backyard. I hate them with a passion now.
I do too. Who likes them? I don't get the point. Especially, here's the question I have. The M80s and stuff like that.
Those are stupid.
Why?
They just blow up.
I don't get it.
They don't even look cool.
Aren't they $30 a piece or something like that?
Yeah, it's like a quarter stick of dynamite or something like that. I think.
Aren't they $30? Why?
When you get some of the ones with the wacky names from Phantom, and you're in your own backyard having a few, it's pretty funny. But then it's I've seen one, I've seen them all.
Yeah.
When my kid was little, he used to love to go to the Friday and Saturday night Tiger games. Back when they routinely had Friday and Saturday night, and they would have the fireworks, okay? And after you see it 5 times, it's
also Chinese propaganda.
That's where I get off the highway. I'm not into that. If you're talking about the Detroit fireworks, okay, cool. It's an event.
Yeah, an event.
Yeah, they're big and there's a point to them and they have
talking
colors.
about Steve down the street shooting M80s.
No,
off
not
his
interested.
No, thanks.
Not interested. You know what? Okay, this is bad.
Well, they have those drone shows that are kind of that are replacing.
Drone shows are way cooler.
Way cooler.
Yeah.
Utica does that. We used to go to the fireworks show. They had a concert and stuff like that at Utica Sterling Fest.
Yeah.
They replaced it with a drone show.
Way cooler.
Way better. You
No
want to know
argument.
something? And does this make me a dick? All right, let's just put it out there.
Okay.
M80 dude.
Want him to blow his hand up?
If it happens, I don't care.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Is
for
that
sure.
fair?
That is fair.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
If it happens to happen,
You bang a stripper without a rubber, you're probably getting something.
you open yourself up to what happens.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
You will never hear. People say never. You will never see a news story of local man blows hand off with a firework and it says Neil Rule of Washington Township. You will never see that.
Yeah.
Never will you see that.
Jason Pierre-Paul, it's still just so...
Shout out.
It's
You're a
so
professional athlete.
disgusting. It is. It's disgusting. All right, we got to finish.
Yeah, we got to finish. All right. Regular s'mores, old-fashioned, graham crack, or the fudge stripe s'mores.
No, regular.
Where you just have the fudge stripes and you just marshmallow, boom, two fudge stripes.
No, that's
Regular
too designer.
s'mores. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Really?
too designer.
Yeah.
I feel like you would have got this one
I'm
because
a
it's
traditionalist in that regard.
way to be lazy. It's an easier way to be lazy for making s'mores.
No, I understand that, but s'mores is, and you guys know me with this. I will not grade Parmesan cheese. I will just buy the pre-graded.
Yeah.
Because the juice isn't worth the squeeze. However, s'mores
Is
is
worth
one
it.
of those things where the juice is worth the squeeze, and I'll do it. Third down.
All right, that's fair. All right, what is a more nightmare scenario when you're on the golf course? No cart girl or no hot dogs at the turn?
No.
Well, mine's easy. Can I go first?
Yes.
Being on the golf course to begin with. I can't think of a bigger waste of my day. I'm so serious when I say that. I cannot think of a bigger waste of my day.
We gotta do a foursome where it's it would be me and Neil and then you and Maz in a cart because you guys just both hate fucking golf. So we can just get a video. Me and Neil have the time of our lives. You guys just bitching the whole time.
When you hit your ball in the woods, you'll see me sleeping. I'll be laying on the ground. Find me the nap space. That's where I'm going.
Unpopular take. I can do without the cart girl because I'll prepare myself when I'm at the club.
Yeah, before they'll normally tell you, hey, we don't got the cart girl today. She's sick or whatever.
It's a better financial move for them because I'm gonna overbuy every time.
Let me get five nooners.
Yeah, and then I'll see you at 9
Yeah, and I'll get 5 more on the
and
turn.
Chase and Simeon, the way you've been playing.
10
nooners, and then he'll see you at the second.
I think the hot dog, no hot dog, is much more damning because that is a
it's the
prerequisite.
only place I eat a hot dog.
Yes, need a hot dog on the turn.
And 4th of July.
And
all right, last one.
That was it.
Summer.
See you, boys.
Well, for Sean Belizian and the squad. Well, see you later.